welcome back to my channel and welcome to week 7 of 24 weeks of Christmas. So when I was trying to decide what I was going to do for this week, I had wanted to use some of the bits and pieces that I had left over from last week's project. However, I did not have enough to do what I wanted to do, and so I decided to do something else. I had thought about creating a different kind of gift card holder, and a couple of years ago I created this gift card holder wallet. And I didn't want to do that over again, and so I decided that I wanted to make a card, but then I really didn't want to make a card. So I made a card that is a gift card holder. And this is it right here, and I'm going to show you how I did it, but it's just a card. And this is the gift card holder. It folds out so that you can have your sentiment on there. And the gift card would fit right here in the middle. So I'm going to show you how I did it. And the paper line that I'm using is one that I got a couple years ago from Michaels. It's the Sugar Blush. And it's one that looked like the Prima paper. And so I'm also going to be doing something else with this year too. But I thought I would use some sheets out of this to create these cards. So, what you're going to need is a piece of paper that is 5.5 by 12. So you can take one 12 by 12 sheet and make 2 cards. Now here's the thing. You're going to have about a 1/2 inch strip left over. But you can also use double-sided paper. I did not have any double-sided Christmas paper that was heavyweight. So that's why I'm using this. You do need a heavier weight paper. Not 110 pounds, but you definitely need a 65 pound, not like the flimsy Christmas paper, just like, you know, the loose scrapbooking paper. So you need something with some substance to it. So you're also going to need some bits and bobs, some pieces like this that you can decorate your card with. Put this to the side for right now. And let's get our scoreboard out. So this is not hard to do at all. I'm going to score it on the white side because I want, you know, to fold nicer. Now you're going to make a couple of scores. So on the 12-inch side, you're going to score it at 3.5. Wait a minute. Yeah, 3.5. And then you're going to score it at 7 3/4. Okay, so now you have a shorter end and a longer end. This part right here is going to be the front of your card. So you're going to turn it clockwise this way. And then you're going to split this card in half. This part right here in half. You're going to score it at 2 3/4, which is half the card. And you're just going to score it down to that first score line. So this score line right here, you don't want to score it down any farther than that. Okay? So that is all the scoring that we need. Now, so this is going to be the front of your card. This is the front. But before we completely score it all down, we want to cut away, not cut any of it off, but we're just going to cut a piece of this down to this middle score line. Okay? So this is our front of our card here. Alright? And we're going to cut down this piece right here down to the score line. And we're going to cut that down before we fold it up so we don't get all that bulkiness in there. Okay. And then make sure we cut our score line out. So you want to cut your whole score line out. Okay. So now we're going to fold. So this is going to fold down over just like this. And then we're going to fold our card. Now this is going to fold in like so. But we're just going to take a little sliver of this out. Not much, just a little, so that we don't have that bulk in there. And it turns over a lot nicer. Okay. So this is going to come down. Make sure it measures down to the bottom. And give it a good burnish wherever my score tool is. Give it a good burnish. Okay. Now we're going to make a pocket out of this. On the last one I made a top pocket. This one I'm going to make a side pocket. So when you make a side pocket, you're going to tape down this part and this part, but not this part. Okay. And you don't know where it went. Here it is. I did find some little 1/8 of an inch score tape. So I'm just going to run that along the side of our little card here. My little 1-inch block. Now, if you do the top loading open up here at the top, you're going to make sure that you glue it down first, either using tape or wet glue. So if you wanted to have your opening at the top here, then all you would do is glue all 3 sides down before you cut, because if you don't, you'll cut all this off. So, and then you can use a little die cut opening, like do this, or you can simply do what I did. I just made a little indentation about 1/8 of an inch away from the border and about 1/8 of an inch away from over here, and then took my trimmer and sliced a little piece down to open it up. But we're going to do this from the side this time. Okay. And then we're just going to fold that down, making sure we got it all the way down to the bottom like it's supposed to be. Okay. Now you have your opening for your gift card or any other little kind of card. It could be a card of encouragement or anything like that. Okay, so you have that right there. And now I'm just going to take my little scallop punch and I'm going to open it up just a tiny little bit, slide it in, trying to even it out somewhere in the middle, and punch that and give it a little opening right there so that you can open it up. Okay. Now on this side, on this card, what I did, I also put a little flap on the inside so that you could put a little card in the top, and then you could put like a little treat right here on the side. So it's all up to you if that's what you want to do or not. This one I think I'm going to leave plain. Alright, now we need to dress this card up because it's just white on the inside. So I have a little piece of the leftover paper I cut, and I use this punch right here, the little scalloped edge punch, and I'm going to put that over on the side of the card, just kind of decorate that up a little bit on the side. And so I'm just going to glue that down, but I think I'm going to trim it down just a tiny bit. So I'm just going to take about 1/4 of an inch of it off, making sure I got it even. Okay. And then we're going to glue that over here on the side. And I'm just going to put some glue down here on my paper. It might be a little bit too long, and that's okay. We'll just cut it off. It was just a little strip of the paper that I had left over to decorate with. And just turn that over and snip it off. There we go. Okay. And then over here, since we don't want it necessarily, you can leave it white because you can stamp on it white. But I love putting something like this in there. I think it's, you cut a little piece off it. These cut parts were put in the paper really weird, so you couldn't go down a straight line and cut them with your trimmer. You had to cut them out with your hand. We all know I don't cut straight, but it's straight enough. Okay. So I'm going to put this in the middle to stamp our little sentiment on. And because your ink will show up on pink. Now these would be nice little gift card, little things to make. Like, even for a nursing home, you could make a bunch of these up, put a little card of encouragement in. It doesn't even have to be Christmas, but you could just put a little card of encouragement in the little flap here and send these off, and I think these would be wonderful. For the front, I have a piece of this paper right here, and this was left over from this card, so I'm just kind of using bits and pieces left over from everything. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch that scallop border out on this one. Now, how I do this, when I do punches like this, I do mine upside down so I can see where I'm punching, because I don't always do that very well. So, I don't know how people just slide them across and whatever and not look. I just haven't been able to do that. So, okay. And then on the bottom one, I'm going to go in just a little bit. And then I'll just cut that little tiny piece off. There we go. Okay, and so we're going to glue that on here on the front. Alright, and then I found this. I think I'm going to put this on here. But, I think I'm going to trim it down just a tiny bit. Just about maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Or an 1/8 of an inch on each side. Okay, that's much better. And then I think I'm going to take my corner rounder and round the corners. Alright. And then we're going to put that on there. But I think I want to lift it up. So I have some pieces of chipboard left over. And you know what? Sometimes when I have little tiny pieces of chipboard, I use it instead of the little sticky things because, well, they stick pretty good and I don't waste anything. And I'm out of large sticky dots, so whoops. And we're going to put that like so. Okay. And that's our little card, gift card holder, or positive encouragement, or anything like that that you want. So, and then I'm not stamping any sentiments in there until I figure out where it's going to go. I can stamp that one in the middle. And then this one right here. This is light enough that you can stamp on it. That's why I didn't do that one. So that is my 24 weeks of Christmas project this week. I hope that you like it. I hope you'll give it a try. And don't forget to check out Angie's and Tony's. I don't think Gareth is doing one this week. But make sure you check out their projects. And I will link their channels below. Actually, yeah, I don't think G's doing one this week. But I'll link his below just in case. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all again soon. Bye!